Okay, well, I worked on this board today and got it all put together. I don't believe anything is missing on it, but I can't get it to work right. So let me just document here what I've done. Everything's put together based on the silk screening on the board. I match part numbers based on that. On these power selectors here, I put 3-prong headers instead of 2 prongs so that I could put the jumper in 2 positions. That way I don't have to store it somewhere. I just move it over 1 position to enable or disable. But I didn't like the power supply that he supplied, and I wanted to have plus 12 and minus 5 volts available. So I made my own power supply board. It looks like this. And it's going to require an AC adapter to work, which I bought on eBay. I bought a 1 amp 12 volt AC supply. And it's going to plug into this with these jumpers disabled, and also that one and these two. Basically all 4 of these supply selectors disabled. In fact, I don't even need this chip, but it's installed in case I ever want to run a DC. I could plug in a DC supply here and enable the jumpers, and then this would be what supplies it instead of the board that plugs in to here into these 2 headers. So here's my design. A lot of capacitors because I want clean power. 3 voltage regulators, one for plus 5, one for plus 12, and one for minus 12. And it's just going to plug in to the board just like his supply would do. And you don't want to miss a spot. You want to make sure it plugs in perfectly, both headers. So that's what it looks like with my power supply installed. Kind of ominous. So let me plug in the power supply, the AC supply. Okay. So with my supply in there, there's all kinds of LEDs lit up here. This is indicating you got power. This is going to be your minus 5, plus 12. I'm sorry, plus 5 and plus 12. So blue is minus 5, red is plus 5, yellow is positive 12. So it's got power. It comes up. The program is running. But I was trying to test a 2114. So let me do that. Let me select 2114. Alright, so there's 2114. I'm going to insert a 2114 into the zip file or zip socket. And if I run it, it fails. But I know it's not being tested because the active light is never going active. So I don't know what's going on here. I suspected that this 2003, this ULN 2003 might have been the problem. I replaced it, but it didn't change anything. These relays are not ever clicking. I'm not hearing them click. When I push test, the VCC light does turn on. So it's enabling power to where, to the socket or whatever, but the relays aren't clicking, which I suspect they're supposed to click, and the active light isn't turning on. So I guess I'm going to have to read the instructions more closely. In fact, I didn't read the instructions at all. I just put this together based on the silk screenings. Maybe I missed a jumper. Maybe a component is installed wrong, or something is bad. Not sure at this point how to actually debug this, but that's where I'm at. The only thing I'm reasonably sure about is the power supply that I built is working perfectly. It's awesome. In fact, it's going to supply plenty of power. It's going to be clean power, and I couldn't be happier with the power supply. So I got to figure out why the active light is not coming on with the tests. If you have any ideas, put a post in the comments. Thank you.